Hello children, today I am here with you all to share the chapter number 4, that is sorting material into groups. So in sorting material into groups, we will discuss about the different kinds of material and objects which are made up of different kinds of material or the same kind of material. So first of all, sorting material into groups, the meaning of this chapter. Sorting material into groups means we are surrounded by the number of kinds of objects, but there is a need to separate out them, classify them. But how we can classify the objects? How we will come to know about that these objects needs to be classified, and what are the different properties that we will discuss in this chapter. So the first of all, introduction. So as I discussed with you that we come across with large number of things. So all these things do not have the same shape, size, color or utility. Utility means uses. We use them according to our needs and their properties, right? So the thing which we will select, we will see some properties, whether it's suitable for that work, then only we use them. Very simple example I would like to share with you all. Let's take a daily routine life example of that daily routine life. First activity we used to do, waking up and getting ready for school. Then we brush. For brushing our teeth we need toothbrush, toothpaste, water. For bathing we need soap, water, bucket. For breakfast we need milk, bread, butter, jam and so on. And in all these activities, who will help us out? Obviously our parents. Our parents will help us out. When we go to school, then our teachers are there, right? They are using so many things such as books, charts, blackboards to explain subjects while we take up notes with pens or pencil. So in all the objects, above mentioned objects, they differ in shape, size, color and many other aspects also. But these all the objects are made up of one or more material and have different properties. To study all the objects, we need to classify them. If we think about toothbrush and milk, they are having their different uses. We use them according to our needs. So for them, we need the classification, classify. So on that screen, you can see the three different pictures of grocery shops. Here is the fruits, vegetables are kept separately. Here the toothbrushes, soaps. When we visit the grocery shops, we find it out that that person will ask for the bathing soap, so there will be separate corner for that. We can get it from there only. Same way for the surf, for the sugar, for the salt. So this is actually the classification, right? The general example of classification. So as I discussed with you one example of our daily routine life, if I will start up from here, I will divide those things and the person which were coming in that example. That is group A. I have chosen you, we, or you, parents and teachers. In group B, the other material which I use: toothbrush, toothpaste, water, soap, mug, towel, bucket, milk, etc. Everything. Now, did you notice the difference? On what basis I differentiate these? Group A consists of living things, and group B consists of non-living things. Now let us sort the things of group B, right? Now in this group B, the material which is present in group B, I am again going to sorting out. So when I will sort it out, I will come to that conclusion that group C, milk, bread, butter, jam, water, and group D, toothbrush, toothpaste, soap, mug, towel, bucket, etc. and etc. everything. Now, did you notice that group C contains all edible things: milk, bread, butter, jam, water, while group D consists of non-edible things. So here I use the criteria of edible and non-edible. Now if I will further would like to separate out group D: books, pen, blackboard, pencil, pen. So these all things are used in schools for writing, right? So there are number of methods to classify, that we classify the objects according to their properties, according to their utility. So in all the above example, we group things based on certain property, similarity or dissimilarity, or a particular use they have in common. So such grouping is called classification. So when we separate out, when we sort out the things based on their property, similarity or dissimilarity, or their particular use, then that is known as classification. Importance of classification. There are, this is very important. First one is, it helps in identifying and locating the things. Obviously, when we visit the shop, we go to Big Bazaar or Reliance Mall, you might have seen that if the objects are classified and placed separately according to their properties, similarity or dissimilarity, that's why it is easy for us to locate the things easily, to identify the things easily, right? Secondly, it helps in systematic study of objects. Obviously, if you will keep all the similar objects in a particular group, then it helps us to study the objects easily. Then it helps to study the property of the objects of one category and also observe any pattern in these properties. It helps us to know that how the members of group differ from those of other groups. That why they, if we are putting two things in the separate groups, then why they are separated in different groups, why they are kept in these different groups. Then there is materials, very important. A substance which is used in making different objects is called a material. All the objects are made of one or more kind of material. Simple example, a chair. If we talk about chair, chair is made of a wood, so wood is a material. Spoon, spoon is made of steel, so steel is material. So the substance which is used in making different objects is known as material. Now, materials are generally of two types, natural and human made. Natural, it's very, from its name, it's very clear that wood is obtained from nature. So wood is natural material which are provided by the nature itself, that are natural. And human made, which are made by humans, like plastic. Plastics is made in factories, so it is a human made material. Now the very interesting fact that an object made of different materials, the same object may be made up of different materials. If we talk about a plate, I have taken the example of a plate which we use in our daily life. Plate may be of different materials, like plastic plate can be there, glass plate can be there, stainless, brass, silver, number of products can be there. Same way, if we talk about chair, chair may be of plastic, may be of wood, right? So they are made up of different materials. So this is activity one for you, which I have made, that objects are mentioned on the right hand side. You have to write the materials they are made up of. One example I have solved for you, chair. Chair is made up of plastic or wood. Same way, you have to find out these materials, that clothes, coins, utensils, shoes, pen. You have to find out the materials they are made up of. Different types of objects made from same material. Yes, it's also true. Plastic is a material, but it can be used to make a number of objects. For example, it can be used to make objects like toys, utensils, bags, mugs, tumblers, buckets, and toothbrushes. Apart from this, there are many number of examples for the use of plastic, which you can see that plastic is not only used to make only one kind of object, it can be used to make number of objects. Number of objects present in the market, available in the market, which are made up of plastics. So same way, activity on the basis of the second topic, that different objects can be made from the same material. In the first activity, different objects can be made of the same material, this one, and you have to mention that first example I have given, wood. Objects made of this material, table, chair, door, window. Same way, you have to mention here the objects which can be made of glass, iron, copper, leather, paper, right? So these two activities, study about the material and try to identify more and more objects. Look around you when you're sitting in a room, when you're standing outside, when you're standing on the terrace, that think about it, that how we can classify the objects, the number, the examples, the more places you visit. If we talk about in our school, when we visit a school library, then you can see the books are arranged according to the subjects, right? Hindi books you can get the separate corner, English books you can get the separate corner, for magazine, for the story books we are having separate corners. So this is very simple example of classification which we can see in our school if we start from our school, right? So that is all for today. So you do this activity, rest we will discuss in the next. Thank you.